Hey, welcome everyone. This is Coach Jessie Rodriguez Melendez. I am coming to you live from the headquarters of the Sports Business Institute. I'm going to give everyone just a few minutes to join me. If you are joining me live here, please tell me where you're joining from. Give me your name. Drop a little love in here. Let me know if you are seeing me, if you are seeing and hearing me, so that I know that I'm here live with you. That would be super helpful. So I'm going to give everyone, like I said, just a few minutes, and hang tight with me here. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 6 steps to launch a youth sports coaching business. So if you're live with me here and you are a coach, any kind of sports coach, volleyball, basketball, football, soccer, swimming, karate, baseball, softball, of course, any kind of sport, golf, anything, please join me here. I'm going to go over some really good tips, 6 steps to launch a youth sports coaching business. And if you know anyone that can benefit from this, please share it with them. This is going to be some really great information. And why am I doing this now? Well, I'm doing this because I remember when we started our business some 15 years ago almost. We started in a small 3,500 square foot facility. No one really thought that we were going to be able to make it. We started in the inner city in the Bronx, New York. It was first known as the TM Baseball and Softball Training Academy. We rebranded that business about 4 years ago, and it became the Baseball Training Institute, and we took it internationally. And from that, I was able to launch the Baseball Homeschool Institute. And then, of course, now I have launched the Sports Business Institute. But I remember when I was getting started, I felt so overwhelmed and so confused by where to get started. How would I be able to reach the youth that we really wanted to impact? And so I remember those overwhelming feelings. I didn't have a background per se in sports. My husband was the sports brain, and I brought my business brain, and together we were able to create an incredible business that ended up impacting so many kids in our community. And it was from that experience, and from learning by making a lot of mistakes, that now I've decided it's become my mission to really help those that want to create an impact, those that want to serve their communities, serve to a larger capacity, build the business of their dreams. And so I'm going to start talking a little bit about the 6 different steps. But again, if you're just joining me here, my name is Jessie Rodriguez Melendez. I am the proud owner of the Baseball Training Institute, the Baseball Homeschool Institute, and now the Sports Business Institute. And today I'm going to be talking about 6 steps to launch a sports coaching business. So again, if you are here with me, thank you so much, Henry. I see you here with me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And if you guys have any questions while you're here, I'd love to answer the questions now, because I won't be on very long. But I will tell you about an opportunity at the end of this to watch these 6 steps more in depth. I take a deeper dive into each of the 6 steps in a masterclass, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can get that for free at the end here with me. So hang tight with me here. If you are a coach already, please tell me what sport you coach. Tell me what kind of coach you are and how long you've actually been coaching. When we started our facility, as I mentioned, we started in a very small 3,500 square foot space in the Bronx, New York. And from that, I was able to build out 17 different types of programs. I know it sounds insane from such a small space, but we did it. We had travel teams, we had recruiting opportunities, we helped over 100 kids get to college with scholarships. all things that we are super, super proud of. And so now it has become my mission to help other coaches that dream of doing this and make a real living out of it, and help them remove and relieve some of the overwhelm that I remember feeling. So I'm going to jump right in. And as I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask questions now. Now is going to be a great time to do that. And so I'm going to start with number one. And number one is you have to decide. Period, point blank. You have to make the decision. Again, when we started, everyone called us crazy. They said we were nuts. They really thought we were crazy because we were doing this in the Bronx, inner city, mostly, you know, single parent homes, you know, not a lot of money in most cases for those families. And so everyone thought, how in the world are you going to do this? But we were determined. We knew that's where we wanted to do it. We knew that that was the community we wanted to impact. We're both from the Bronx. And so that was where we really wanted to make an impact. And so how do you decide? You start by writing down your whys. Why do you want to do this? Is it because you know that you have the, you have the capability, you have all the knowledge, right? Is how do I get what's in here out to the world? Do you want to impact the youth? Do you want to work with young people so that you can make a difference in their lives? I know that that was one of the big reasons why we did it, to impact our communities, to make a difference, to help the youth in our community see that there was so much more that they can accomplish. So, you know, write down your whys. Could it be your family? For us, absolutely. It was also because we wanted to leave a great legacy for our family. You want to make more income. Listen, no one gets into business just because. Everyone that starts a business ultimately also wants to make an income. And so that is definitely a why, right? You want to make more money. You want to have more income in your, you want more finances. Did you want freedom? I know we wanted freedom. We wanted freedom from, you know, what we were doing at that time. Prior to starting our business, I was a dental office manager. I manage multi-million-dollar practices in New York City mostly. Coach Tony has always been a coach. He's been a fitness trainer, martial arts instructor, boxing, kickboxing, and of course, baseball and softball. But we also wanted freedom from the having to ask someone else if we could take time off, if we can come in at a certain time, leave at a certain time. And listen, not that running a business doesn't require a lot of your time. It will. If someone tells you that that's not true, they're lying to you. Every business takes time, especially when you're first starting out. It's going to occupy your time, but that is one of the whys, right? You can build your business to the point where then you can scale that business, and now you really could have all the freedom, time freedom that you're looking for. Okay, don't let fear stop you. Once you make the decision, fear is going to creep in. Your procrastination is going to creep in. You're going to start hearing in your head all the reasons why you shouldn't do this, why it's too scary, how you'll never be able to succeed at this. Don't let it stop you, okay? Because once you start giving into those thoughts, that ultimately is a failure already. So don't let fear stop you. Number two, after you've made that decision, that's it, I'm doing this, no matter what comes, no matter, what may try to stop me from achieving this dream. Number two, the way you consecrate your decision is you name your organization. Okay? Come up with the name for your organization. I can't spell today, organization, and my board is a little jacked up. Name your organization, because once you name it, believe me, it becomes that much more real to you. And suddenly you're like, oh my God, this is tangible. This is something real now. So you're gonna, it's like almost like having a baby. Remember when your baby was, to come, and you're like picking the name, and you're like, I want it to be meaningful. I want it to be, powerful. I want it to, be symbolic of our family, or, whatever. If you remember, if any of us, those of us that have kids, when it was time to pick the name of the baby, there was a lot of thought put into that. My child is going to have to live with this name for the rest of his life or her life. And so that's what naming your organization is going to feel like. It's going to feel like you're naming your baby, because ultimately you're giving birth to this. And so it becomes that symbolic and that important. Then you're going to want to do a name search and make sure that the name that you've chosen can be used. Okay, so that's really important. That's something that I dive deeper into in my masterclass. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a little bit. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to buy your URL. So you buy your URL. What's your URL? It's your .com, your .net, your whatever. You can go to GoDaddy.com. And there you'll be able to, first you'll need to search it. They'll let you know if that URL is available. And then you're going to want to go ahead and buy that URL so you secure it. Okay. As soon as you've picked that name, you then want to secure it with a URL. It ultimately will probably be used for your website as well. Okay. So consecrate your decisions by picking a name and then buying your URL. Number 4 is a big one and very important. Number 4 is then you're going to incorporate. Okay, you're going to incorporate your business. Now for this, just like you would have an athlete come to work with you because you're the professional in your genre, in your sport, that this is the same thing. You are going to want to work with a professional when it comes to incorporating your business. And so there are some online resources that you can look into. Zoom, I believe it's LegalZoom, legalzoom.com. You can look into that one. But then, of course, if you have an accountant, I will highly suggest that you speak to an accountant or an accountant friend and an attorney. Okay, it's really, really, really important. But work with a professional to help you incorporate your business, because that's the one area that, as we know, the IRS will definitely be paying attention, and you want to make sure that you're paying attention. Okay, so incorporating your business and how you incorporate your business is really important. Okay, your accountant will be able to explain to you the best incorporation for your type of business. Okay, so there's sole proprietorship, there's S corps, there's C corps, there's partnerships, there's quite a few, and so your accountant is going to be the professional to ask about incorporation. How do you incorporate, and what's the best incorporation for you? Okay, so very important. Number 5 is an exciting one. I remember when we started to brand our business and everything started to come to life. It was one of the most exciting times I remember for us. And so branding your business is really important. That's number 5, brand your business. How do you brand your business? So you start looking at what do you want your identity to be for your business, right? And based on that, then you're going to start looking at color schemes. You're going to pick a color scheme. You're going to then start working on a logo. And again, working with professionals on some of this might be the best option for you. I remember we did hire a professional for our first logo. And even in our rebranding process, we also worked with a branding expert that helped us rebrand the business. But if you look at any of our logos, they're all symbolic to our business. If just by looking at it, you'll be able to get a message from it. It tells you a little bit about what we do. And the colors have always remained the same. So we have always been red, white, and blue for the most part. And each logo that I've created within our organization all resemble one another to one degree or another. Okay, so very important. Logo creation, color schemes of your business, fonts are very important. So all things to consider when you're looking at branding your business and the identity that you want your business to have. Okay, so that was number 5, and that's brand your business. Number 6 also is very exciting. And now more exciting, because when we first started our business some 15 years ago, we didn't have all of these social platforms that we could tap into to help us market so fast. And so that's one of the advantages that everyone has right now. And listen, anyone that's out there listening to me and you're thinking, oh my God, this is crazy. How would anyone start a business with what's happening in our world right now? I tell you, no, that's the thought is crazy to not start a business right now in this environment, because so many people are losing their jobs, afraid of their futures, not, feeling insecure about what the future holds for them. How will they support themselves, support their families? The best way to create to really take control of your future is for you to create your own future. Abraham Lincoln said that. And so now is the best time for anyone to start their own business. Okay. Even if it's just for the tax benefits that you can get from running even a home-based business. Behind me, you can probably see this is our, we've created a space within our home so that we can actually, my husband, Tony, sees his clients here. So, now would be a perfect opportunity for you to dive all the way in. Just jump and grow wings on your way down, because there has never been a better time. And with all of the resources that are out there, free resources that are out there, especially with some of the social platforms, Facebook is a great one. I'm on here right now. And so getting socially connected on social media is number 6. Get socially connected, set up your social handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. There's so many of them. I always suggest to the clients that I'm working with, my sports coaches, I tell them the biggest ones that I like to get them set up on right away is Facebook, and not just setting up a Facebook profile page, but you also want to set up a business fan page on Facebook. And then of course there's other Facebook, you could set up groups and all kind of really cool things now within the platform that you can do. But definitely to get started, Facebook profile page, Facebook fan business page. Of course, there's Instagram, and IG has become very big. And listen, I know that one of the scary things for a lot of people is, how do I even do this, what you're doing? How do I go live? How do I get myself out there? I teach a whole method on how to get over your fear of going live in that masterclass that I'm going to talk to you guys about in a little bit. But number 6 would be get social, set up your handles, and launch. Let people know what you're doing. Introduce your new venture to the world. You'll be so surprised at what you can actually create from just getting what's in your head out into the world. And so I really hope that from these 6 simple steps, you could see how quickly you could launch a youth sports coaching business. That's basically what I did to get us started. It's basically, this has been my template for every time we've started a new venture or have decided we're going to do something new. And it's now what I teach other coaches that are wanting to get their own youth sports coaching businesses going. So I hope that some of this has been helpful. And please, if you found that this was helpful for you, and you know some coaches out there, please share this with them. If you'd like a copy of my free masterclass that breaks down each of these topics, what I'm going to have you do is in comments, I'm going to have you hashtag masterclass, and I will share the link with you so that you can watch the masterclass. It's about a 35-40-minute presentation that breaks down each one of these topics for you, so that I dive deep into each one of these. I give you examples. I give you the resource to actually, do your homework and due diligence. But definitely, please, if you want a copy of the masterclass that breaks all of this down, just hashtag masterclass. If you're catching this on the replay later, just hashtag replay so that I know that you were here. And I just want to thank you so much for being here with me for about, I don't know, it's maybe 15-20 minutes. And I know that you're probably wondering about some of these 6 steps, right? How do I even do some of this stuff? The masterclass will definitely break it down for you a lot more. Obviously, in this type of live, it's kind of hard to break down every single one of these topics. But in the masterclass, where I have a little bit more intimate time with you, I'm able to break down each one of the topics. So I hope that this has been helpful to some of you out there. I thank you for being here with me today. And today is Thursday, October 1st, quarter 4. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's make it an amazing last quarter to 2020. And let's launch those youth sports coaching businesses. I'm here to help. If you want to already just get dived in, you're ready, and you know that this is something that you want to do, I do offer a free 30-minute discovery call. If you'd like to set up your discovery call with me, all you have to do is hashtag discovery call, and I will send you the link for my call calendar, and we can jump on a 30-minute call. And in that call, you'll even be able to benefit from a lot of insight that I can share with you. So go make it an amazing day on purpose. And remember to always stay unbeatable.